myself through that. This nigga like
Oli.
I don't any omni, bro. Like I'm in a group as well.
Not in my mouth.
From Selborne College, East London, as Hudson Park takes on Dell College from King Williamstown. Two astute coaches, Grant Griffiths from Dell and James Winstanley. It's going to be a great clash, and a little bit of stats to give you update. Dell College versus Hudson Park played in first game in 1978. They've played a total of 38 games. Dell have been on top with 33 of those wins, and Hudson won 4 of those with 1 draw. So we're in for a good game today. Hudson Park building. Lyle, very good afternoon.
Afternoon, Robbie, and just like to say thanks for being here. It's a bit windy under the conditions, wet under field, so hopefully these guys will obviously get the ball out wide as much as they can. From our side, just from Hudson Park side, just watch out for one of their right flank, Uzili Tele. Is one of their star players. He was out the whole of last year with ACL injury, and he's back this year with full force. So hopefully it'll be a good game to watch some of these boys that didn't play last year playing this year.
Just to watch out for Dell, Tando Zoki, number 10, Iko Putini, and he's the fly-off, apparently an outstanding player, one to watch. And I had a chat with Barry Ardaikas, the assistant coach of Dell, just before they ran on. These boys have been training off-season flat out, and I'm sure the Hudson boys have been doing the same with James. So we're in for a cracker here at Selborne College. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic game.
Rob, just remember that James is the defensive coach of the Hudson Park side. The head coach is Adam Robinson. He's come across from Selborne College last year over to Hudson. He was with Hudson 2 years ago, and he's back with them again. So I think he's added some value to the side. James is the defensive coach, and they've got Ludwa Boye as their backline coach. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they go.
Dell's going to be playing towards the scoreboards, with Hudson playing towards the hockey fields, the AstroTurf as we call it.
Yeah. We don't really know too much about hockey, eh?
No. So Iko Puccini to kick off for Dell.
We're just waiting for the spectators to try and get back into their seats. As I think it's Mr. Van der Walt, he's the ref today. He's just waiting to get the crowd back on their seats so that they can start the game. I think he is from Queenstown, eh?
Yeah. Strong wind picking up, coming up and down here, going across the field towards the grandstands, the main grandstands. 30% showers expected, so let's hope the rain stays away.
We've got for Dale kicking off with us is the centre, Iprintule Twede. So we're going to get off to the game in the next few seconds, I should say. As you can see, there's quite a big crowd out here today. The grandstands are full. Obviously, one of the big games of the morning, and we can see some more spectators just slowly ambering in towards this game.
Well, this is the Border Schools Day, and we've got some big clashes coming up as well. Selborne taking on Stirling, but this is a big clash. Dell, Hudson, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here. Dell lost to Marlow last week in the dying seconds, so I'm sure they're going to be wanting to bounce back.
And we're going to get going shortly. Right out to Thomas and Yaka from Hudson Park, number 8. Mark Hine out down to the fly half, Flemmer. Good carry by Hudson Park. Hard tackle seems to be there from the ref.
I think there's a lot of contentious questions about that tackle, the new law that's come in, where the tackler has to roll away east or west, and it's very difficult sometimes to move out of that position.
Yeah, I think they just want to encourage positive player rugby and try and get the ball to be going a little bit more, trying to take away from the defensive type of player game and trying to be more attractive. So I think that's why they brought in the law. I think it's good for schoolboys to try and keep that positive play going forward from all sides.
The law still is in a trial phase through IRB, so...
And it's also new to the refs as well, so they've got to try and see how they can apply it quite easily this year. Line up to Hudson Park, ball moving forward about on the 10 metre.
Chetru throwing the ball in on Dale's 10-yard line.
Rogers gets the ball. He's
short arm to Dale. Zoki's going to take it quickly, but decides no. It's a quick tap there to number 7, Lati Tailukasi. Nice strong player.
Good carry as they wait for the ball at the base.
Zoki, knock on by Zoki.
Yeah, just took his eyes off the ball there as he's trying to pass it there, Robbie. He seems to have just to focus on the fly off instead of focusing on picking up the ball first. It's very wet underfoot, folks. We had quite a lot of rain over the last day and a half. So conditions underfoot are very wet. As you can see, the field is very muddy in certain places. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to play a wide game or if some of the guys are going to actually play a very close and tight game.
Let's give a big shout out to all our listeners throughout the globe. School Sports Live, proudly brought to you by Liberty. Big shout out, I know, as far as New Zealand. Barry Turner, Old Dalian, watching. Big shout out there to you, Barry.
We'll sit down for the first scrum of the day. We've got Mark Hine putting the ball in for Hudson Park.
Big shout out as well to Liberty. Invest your child's education with Liberty Education Builder, bringing us school sport. We didn't have this in our day, Lal.
No, no.
Mark Hine putting the ball in. Mark Hine takes it up onto the halfway.
You've got Thompson Akayo, he's getting the ball, he's going driving forward. Good leg drive there from Hudson Park. Moving forward, ball at the base now. Got Mark Hine now to distribute. Marcel Flemmer through the gap here, he's got the open side. Outside wide to Hudson. And knocked on there by Gibbs and Baru.
Lala found in the last couple of games, the handling, the final pass has always been the contentious issue. A lot of teams have dropped tries because of that final pass. A little bit of cobwebs first game.
I think it's also just trying to get settled in. The ground obviously also underfoot is quite soft. So when, especially on the wings, when the guys want to run, they're a little bit uncertain of things. So they're thinking they're two-minded in whether they want to run or whether they want to actually catch. I think it's in a bit of undecisiveness.
Dale scrum off, putting the ball in. Zoki on the Dale 22.
Marcel Flemmer, who was at Queen's last year, has moved back to East London. He was a George primary school player. So he went to Queen's for a few years and he's come back now and he's taken up the flower position at Hudson Park.
Okay.
Apparently he's one to watch for the future.
Short kick there. Puccini takes it quickly. Just wasn't looking where he was passing. Number 15, Emily Matsinya.
Like we said there, Robbie, those last passes aren't just going to hand. You'll probably find the next 2 or 3 games that would have gone to hand and would have been away. Hudson Park not 10. So advantage being played by the ref and another chance for Dale to run up the field.
just in Dell's warm-up. It's a quick ball taken there by number 7, Latitai Lakasi, the captain. Nice strong carry there over the gain line. Another big hit there by Sinyeni. Good leg drive.
Dell seemed to have stolen the ball, Hudson Park, in the tackle.
Flanker Latitai Lakasi coming and pulling the Hudsonian out the way there.
Yeah, that's not rolling away, and he obviously as a tackler, he needs to roll away and just prevented the ball from coming up.
Well, we were talking about that east to west. So.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to go for touch up the field.
Good kick there by Pai.
It takes them up just outside the 22 of Hudson Park with the first sort of chance of the day to attack. You can get over the spectators. That's Hudson Park spectators with a bit of Cambridge. Come out to watch their side today.
A nice crowd building here, Lyle.
Yes. I see on the far side too where there's no grandstand. There's quite a few guys that have sort of arrived into coming to watch this game. Hudson Park has stolen the ball as a move at by Guamana. 8-man. Mark Khan's got the ball at the base. Hudson Park looks like they want to run the ball here today. Not taking into consideration the wind.
Carried over. I think that just shows you how strong this wind is.
Yeah, Hudson Park sort of playing into the wind. It's sort of playing across the field, towards the grandstand, towards the scoreboard. So it's sort of definitely not going to their advantage at this time. And I think trying to be close would be a lot better.
Well, just to clear that, okay, just checking this replay. Good work there by number 13. Cheddar. And there's the Dell supporters getting into the swing of things. Score 0-0, Hudson Dell. We're on 7 minutes 21. Proudly brought to you by Liberty, School Sports Live, streaming live all over the globe. Fide Bazoki.
They seem to be just edgy at scrum time here. The last 3 scrums they've had reset, 2 short arm penalties. So I think the ref's just trying to get them settled and just having a chat to them.
I'm liking the first look of Latitai Lukasi, the captain of Dell. Looks nice and strong. He's running onto the ball. He makes a lot of yardage over the gain line, so he's looking really good there, Lau.
Yeah, he seems to be pushing forward from the front foot, so he's getting his guys on there and leading from the front, which is quite good.
Feed in Bazoki. Puccini drops the ball.
Well, Hudson Park away here. Big tackle in there by the Dale centre. They're driving up the mall now. Hudson Park looking for a quick ball, penalty over. No tackle release there from the Dale guy.
There was good momentum by Hudson Park as well. They continued to look after their ball.
It's the early stages in the season with their passing hasn't been so crisp, and the scrum off put the fly under pressure, turnover ball, and Hudson Park used it well.
Avuyile Mbeke doesn't find touch.
It's again
careless pass there by Dell.
Yeah.
I like the look of this youngster, Enrico Johannes. Good, clean, well placed. Very well drilled. Good work, Griffey.
Good work from Dell as they're driving up the middle of the field, trying to keep the ball close in these conditions. Good work by number 10. Puccini.
Sonkwisha taking it up. Good clean there by number 15. Matsinya.
They'll just seem to be moving sideways. Obviously, Hudson Park's defense is pretty good. Ball coming again here for Dale.
Good break there by Kweke.
Advantage here from the ref. Good carry there by Treko. Dale just trying to move up the field as close as they can with their forwards. And there's no advantage there for Hudson. I think they were offsides. No.
So that's a penalty on Dale's 10-yard, and I'm sure they're going to go for touch.
Yeah, the ref seems to be just having a chat to them now. Obviously the game's been a bit slow. They just on both sides need to get used to the game, get into the game, and he's just saying that he wants him to play the game, wants a free-flowing game. So it was a penalty against number 7, Uzile Tele, just not releasing the tackler from the ball. As the Dale now move up again, they want to play a fast game here. It's another carry, good strong carry. They're moving up. Defence from Hudson Park is quite solid.
Zoki. Oh, it's a couple of careless passes there by the number 10, Putini, sorry.
Hudson Park scrambled, ball backwards. Moving forward now to Carl Rogers, into Ayakama. Markan, good hands there.
Big hit there by number 5 from Dal Njumba.
And there's a deliberate knockdown there from Dal, not too sure of the player. We'll get it now. And ref's going back for the penalty for the offsides from the Dal back line.
I love seeing those big hits.
It was good hands, eh? Took off,
yeah, brilliant
the ball away. We look in the replay.
That's left centre Bokolo.
Yeah. Hudson Park looked like they're taking a shot here at goals here, Robbie. 15 AV Makere.
I'm liking the look of the right block, Matthew Wolmerans. Seems to communicate a lot with the ref as well.
Yeah, Carl Rogers is obviously the captain of Hudson Park side. He was the captain last year. He was only in grade 11 last year as captain of the side. He is the head boy of the school. So he's very in tune with what's going on. He wants to make sure he gets the guys on the right foot. So it's nice to see him talking to the ref, getting the right communications so he can feed back to the team.
Avuye Mbeke. Straight through. And that's 3 points. So that's Hudson Park 3-0 up against Dal. 12 minutes and 23 seconds been. And if you just joined us, welcome to the School Sports Live, proudly brought to you by Liberty. We're at Selborne College, East London.
As you can see, Hudson Park twice now when the ball's just gone loose, they've turned around quite quickly and counter-attacked quite fast on the ball. Twice now they could have scored in the corner with just that last pass, not going to hand.
Yeah.
The ball's gone out on the full there from the kickoff from Dale. No, it hasn't.
Iko Putini, the Dell number 10, looks a little bit unsure at the moment. Yeah, I think, you know, as the general, he needs to settle that number 10 and start controlling things.
Still early days in the season. I think they're also trying to find their feet with regards to the communication between 9 and 10.
Yeah. Cobwebs.
Yeah. There's a line up to Hudson Park. We've got Sunday. Sunday Tuetu throwing the ball in. Seems like a short line at for Hudson Park.
Oh, great ball there. Great ball by Matthews. Excellent jump there by Hudson Park, Matthew Wolmerans.
Seemed a bit of obstruction at the line. Obviously the ball didn't get fed back properly. And just trying to figure out, as you see Carl Rogers, the captain, asking questions again to the ref, and was penalised for not releasing the ball too early before contact. Dale are full of running today, Robbie. They want to run everything. And as we say that, they take a kick for touch.
Commentator's curse, Lyle. Okay, it's a good kick onto the 5. Onto the 5 meter. Dale's putting a lot of pressure now. Dale playing towards the scoreboard at Selborne College. And Hudson Park on serious defence now.
Yeah, we've got Sungishe, is that right there? Sungishe from Dale, hooker throwing the ball in.
Good pass there by Kampi.
Oh, good tackle up front.
Big tackle.
That was by Flemmer at 10. Hudson Park's been defensive-wise, been very solid today, Robbie.
Yeah, very, very, very good. Well, there goes number 4, Gokora. And when I spoke to Griffey earlier in the day, he said Gokora is definitely a man to watch.
He's got a bit of gas for number 4. Ball comes out to the hooker, he takes it up short. They're just short of the line. They're looking for fast ball.
the forwards are keeping that ball, and the ball's not coming back to the scrum off, and Zorki's struggling to get that ball out.
Yeah, they just need to get that ball a bit quicker to the back so that they can get that ball going, especially when you're so close to the line. Yet again, there was a little bit of a infringement there, just a bit of obstruction from the player, just causing a turnover ball yet again for Hudson Park.
Just showing you our replay there. Zorki to Putini.
Good tackle.
That's a great angle. Great angle, but an excellent double hit. There was a double hit
by number 8. Yeah, Tomani and Akoyama from Hudson Park just took him back. And we have a scrum now on the 5 to Hudson Park, a defensive scrum. You can see yet again another reset of the scrums, just battling at scrum time just to get settled, both packs.
Yeah. It's a pretty even contest at the moment. Both sides defensively looking pretty good. Dale 0 and Hudson Park 3.
Yeah, there was earlier a penalty. Ball's at the base of the scrum.
Good pressure there by Dell. Offsides.
Yeah. The law clearly states with regards to the scrums that both sides must be back 5 meters, and you cannot keep up there. And obviously the back line was moving up, and the ref got them. Prevented the ball from going back to the fly from the right-hand side of the field for him to kick it out.
Are we 16 minutes 49 into the game? Dell 0 and Hudson 3. And Hudson Park got a kick, taking them up to the 10-yard. Crowd slowly building here for the big game, Stirling and Selborne. And it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, the Stirling side seemed quite strong this year. They were a very young side last year, and they did play some attractive rugby. So it's going to be good to see how they fit into this year's team. And it's going to be interesting to see how they take on the Selborne College today.
Sanda Chetsu throwing the ball in.
Good take there by Rogers. Ball's out to Hahn. Oh,
Rogers is showing a lot of promise.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with his play so far.
Intele could just settled in up there. Hahn again down to the back line. Offsides given advantage up by the ref. Flemmer just settling up.
Oh, it's a good clean out there by number 2, Sinkwishe. Hooker for Dale College.
These boys seem to be a bit eager on both sides, Robbie, just giving away careless penalties. We've got, looks like they're going to take a kick here from the fullback. It's back to the centre. Bacolo is going to take a kick for the shot at a touch. He hasn't found touch.
That's number 9, Soki knocking it across. No knock on, carry on.
Got some good work at Hudson Park, trying to hold him up.
By Zoki, Lucindi. Excellent work there by Nanjumba. Got well knocked back there by Flav, Marcelo Flemmer.
Taylor taking another attack back. Dale now looking to run it out wide. We haven't seen their wings get the ball yet. Just been a bit of a arm wrestle at the moment. They look like they want to carry it up again, up to their forwards, down again to another ruck. Tabok look like they're just trying to infringe again offsides. Good work here by Dale's backs. And a forward pass called by Mr. Van der Walt. Both sides look like they want to play a good, attractive running rugby, Rob. I think the conditions just aren't helping them at this stage with the wind and the soft underfoot. But it's good to see that they want to try and run the ball. They want to play positive rugby, and that's what we are to see.
Let's talk a little bit about the coaches. Griffey, close to 200 games in first team coach. Absolutely exceptional. And James Stanley played a lot of rugby in Ireland. Very involved as a director of rugby at Hudson Park. Doing exceptional work there at Hudson Park, Lau.
Yeah, we obviously he does not involved at the high school at all. He's also involved as director of the primary school. So we've got our bases covered. We spend a lot of time with James, and he's a very enthusiastic guy to make sure that rugby is the win at the end of the day. Big hit there yet again by the captain of Dale on the flank. Ball's out there. Flemmer's in at scrum off now. Taking it up there by Matthew Wolf. Mark Hunt's back into possession of the ball, going down the blind side here. Good carry. We've got AV. Fullback got the ball now, back to Mark Hunt.
Boys are playing very behind the gain line, 5 or 10 meters behind the gain line continually. they've got to try and take that ball up, and as you see, holding on again.
Yeah, the new law, I just got to check on that with the ruck as well. The ruck had formed, had not formed. I think it's also trying to understand when the ruck has formed. Now the ruck has changed yet again, Robbie, to having only one opposing player there to qualify for ruck and not two anymore.
Yeah.
So
Tule was penalised there. Zoki.
Oh,
good
great
break
gap there. Good
by Big fend off there by Kwekwe.
Good tackle there by Mark Hunt. And just falling over the top of the ball there. Dell showed a lot of problems going through the gap. Just ran out of the supporters on the outside. Good tackle by Mark Hunt from the Hudson Park.
I'm very impressed with Hudson's defence, Lal. They seem well organised and coming into making sure that they shift when the guys are getting across. So very, very good defence here by Hudson.
Yeah, that's where James is very good on defence. I worked with him in 2004 when I was involved with Hudson Park first team. At that stage, he was playing for the border side, and he's just grown from that. And he's gone overseas. He's done some work in Ireland, and now he's come back and he's doing a lot of great work here with regards to Hudson. And his main goal is the defensive role. And you can see that it's definitely working in this stage today.
Well, to talk about James, Northampton Saints Academy, Blackheath Rugby Club, and now coaching Old Boys, played for Border. So really an astute coach, level 2 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, working on his level 3.
He's very good with stats. You can, as a ref myself, he will come after the game and show you what you've done, how you've done. So he's there not just for the players, but also to help the refs with regards to how their game can improve. It's quite nice to work with a coach that helps you after the game with regards to how you would like to improve on certain areas. So very involved coach, and he's been awarded the border coach this year, under 18 border coach.
Carl Rogers again doing fantastically.
They're just trying to suck the defenders in there from Dale. As Hudson Pack now start mauling towards the 10 metre of their own 10 metre. Doing some good work there.
Great move there.
The back still going forward. Fantastic work there by Carl Rogers. Now at the back to the flank corner. They just keep on driving up the field.
Dell number 5, Njuma, is putting in some serious work there in the tight phases.
There's the ball at the back of the scrum now. There it is. Good hands there from 12. We've got AV down to... It's a big hit there by Bulalani and Kaki. Going around the blind side to Mark Khan now. He's going straight back up the field again. Hudson Park just trying to work their way up on this wet field. Good work there to Volmerans. Taken up. They're just waiting for the balls coming out again. Mark Khan taking it up. It's very scrappy at the moment. They're working their way up the field. Hudson Park looking very strong on attack. It's again Carl Rogers up on the field. Good retention of the ball here. Volmerans going up again. Good hit there by number 7 again from Dale.
Dale number 7, Lati Lukasi, the captain, is having an absolute stormer today. He's probably got about 40 meters carries, about 20 hits. He's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There's a couple of boys standing out that James must be really watching this and looking at the border side as the Cravenbeck A side. Rogers is stepping out, and the number 7 as well, Lukasi, is playing really well in Jumba, the number 5 for Dell.
Yeah, been solid. Both sides have been actually showing a bit of character on defence. So it's as you can see, early days, and they're not afraid to get involved in the hits. Ball comes out quick at the back.
That's Kampi taking it up.
Yeah, a little bit of a hard tackle here by Tele. His arm stood up in the tackle. There's a big boy at number 7 from Hudson Park. Gets around the field for a big guy.
So we're bringing you Schoolboy Rugby from School Sports Live. East London, Selborne College, etched in history, great school.
It's good defense here by Hudson Park, coming up quite too quickly actually, because the ref put his arm out there.
They're
They're creeping up a bit too quickly.
Oh, great ball skills there.
A good steal there from Hudson Park, but they had to go back to the previous penalty where they were back so offside there. They were looking good, but they were a little bit too eager to get off the mark.
It seems both sides, Lyle, from a structure point of view, are struggling a bit. We're not really seeing the pods guys creating the pods and setting up structure, taking up the first, second. I think they're trying to play our first phase ball, which is not working for both sides.
Yeah, it just looks like they're still trying to find their feet in the game, and I think as time will go, they'll learn from that, and maybe we'll see in the second half, maybe they'll just change their pattern of play. But also it's border school stay, so you never know what they've been told to do. Use it as a practice.
Yeah.
Good ball from Dale as they get out to wide. Oh. You can see early stage with those passes, just not going to hand, just a bit loose. Good run there by the fullback from Dale.
Hudson, yeah. Soki.
Seems very scrappy at the moment.
A couple of careless passes.
Oh, there we go. Good
great
there.
off flick there by Chede. Ngalo trying to offload, just couldn't offload that ball. Knock on Del ball on the 5 meter.
It's just that last pass not going to hand. There's a replay, as you can see there. Great pass back, knocked on by Fleming, knocked on then by Dale.
Great dive.
Yeah.
100 points for the dive.
As the wind seems to be picking up now as we talk to you through the marks, you can probably hear it if not. Strong wind picking up.
And there's a bit of a chill factor as well coming through. You can see the guys with jerseys in the back there. And Zoki putting the ball in. Kampi trying to get through.
Good defensive tackle there by Thomas and Akayama from Hudson.
It's better ball for Zoki. Great run there by Puccini. Offload to number 8, Kampi.
Good defensive work by Markan.
Great defense.
Ref deep that has tackled, didn't release the tackle. Seems a bit of an argy-bargy going on now with the two players as they get settled. Yeah, it was sort of tackle and ball at the same time, but unfortunately the law does say that he needs to release the tackler. I think he rather gave away the penalty than give away the try.
Yeah, true. Well, it's not good to see a Del boy down, struggling a little bit. Looks like he's in a bit of pain.
We're focusing on the Queens game. He's up next. Queens are taking on Queens straight after this game, and we see some of the Queens boys going to warm up. We just have a little slight break in the game as we've got an injured player down from Dale behind the poles.
Queens went down to Brandfach last weekend in a shock defeat at the Queens Festival. So
you can see there's the Dale guys just having a huddle there. They're having a chat and seen on their next attack. As you can see,
great offload there to Kampi. Kampi's also looking really good, very powerful. Great clean out there by number 13, Cheddar.
Just trying to see how the guy got injured after that. We're going to focus on number 8 there. There he's gone down. Looks like he might have had a broken ankle. Doesn't look too good there, Robbie. Yeah. So you can see he's folded his leg in the tackle.
That didn't look good at all. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's purely accidental by number 13. Took him from behind and sort of just folded on the back of his ankle.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to see that in rugby. I've experienced that. Terrible. Well, we're bringing Schoolboy Rugby live from School Sport Live, probably brought to you by Liberty. Tight game here at Selborne College. Dale 0 and Hudson Park 3. We are 29 minutes into the game. Bit of sad news to see the number 8 Kampi down, and I think that's his game done for the day.
Hopefully it's not too serious. It didn't look too good when he went down there on the replays. You can see Adam Robinson there from Hudson Park giving in some words to the players. It's going to be a defensive scrum here from Hudson Park. You can see the spectators definitely coming in on the far side of the field where there's a little bit more space. going to have to wait, Robbie, for them to move that play. Is sort of in the play. I don't know how Dynamic's going to get there on the field, and the field's very wet at the moment.
Well, I was telling you, Dale has played Hudson 38 times. Dale's won 33 times, and Hudson's won 4 times, and a draw of 1. Points for Dale, 1,070, and for Hudson, 304. And Grant Griffiths stands as the longest coach for Dale. And Grant and Barry Hydikis.
When I was in school at Hudson and played against Dale at cricket, and Barry was the guy opening fast bowler, so it's good to see him, man of many talents.
Quick ball there by number 18.
Yes, I can see that thing, bro.
Gege. Hold up, 5-yard scrum.
Yeah,
just too high. Just too high. So Gege's come on for the number 8. Kampi. Let's hope Kampi's not too serious.
Yeah, another attacking ball here to Dale. They've put Hudson Park in a lot of pressure in the last sort of 10 minutes in this area. They sort of just left this right of the upright. So they've got nice space on the right and space on the left. It's very difficult to defend from this area. So they've got options to go left or right here. And the wing on the right-hand side is quite far out on the wide, so might see the little move to the right here, Robbie.
Some Kiwi Gege is going to pick up that. Great step there. Good take up there by Chede, number 13.
Turnover ball. Looks like Volmeran's turned it over from the tackle. Back to Mark Hines, and Hudson Park going to just get it into touch just midway in their 22, and that is half-time going up.
That's half-time.
Good defensive work there from Hudson Park in the end there. And
very good defense. Dale was on attack. Half-time score 3 Hudson Park, Dale 0. And we just want to thank School Sport Live, who's sponsored by Liberty, for giving people an opportunity all over the globe to watch some great schoolboy rugby coming from Eastern Cape. And to all those old boys out there that are watching, a big shout out to you. Half-time score, Dale 0, Hudson.
He gets ready for Saturday morning cricket an hour before he has to. He practices his swing, telling anyone who'll listen that one day he'll face the best cricketers in the world. His dad hasn't told him yet that they've got tickets to the upcoming test match. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that makes your son's dreams possible: your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing.
Welcome back to the Hudson Park versus Dale game at Selborne College here on Border Schools Day. To a very windy, very chilly day. Field's very wet. Next to me we got Robbie Durant. Good game, Robbie, so far?
Yeah, I think there's Dell and Hudson are missing opportunities. I think poor passing, playing behind the gain line. I think if the guys can consolidate, set up some phases, and the guys are trying to play all first phase ball, and it's not going to work. And they need to set up their phases. And Hudson Park's lock is doing exceptionally well. Kyle Rogers is taking great ball, and as is Lok Zumbu from Dell. So I think we're in for a crack of a game. Second half, looking forward to it. Crowd's building nicely, Aglal, and it's great to see mixed Selborne, Cambridge, Hudson. You know, it's great to see the support here in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, it is. Everybody loves to watch schoolboy rugby. You know, a lot of old boys come out and support their side, so it's good to see a lot of old boys out here. You know, and it's good to have it here on a day where we can enjoy the start of the season with some good rugby.
Yeah.
I just think that if both these sides could just work on their structure a bit more, maybe just take the ball up a bit more up in pods and just keep it a little bit more closer together, and then feed the backs. I think whoever does that bit in the second half might come away with 1 or 2 tries.
I also think the passes need to be in front of the man. A number of passes passing behind. And if you just joined us, halftime score 3 to Hudson and 0 to Dale. telling me. Pandisa Marku, welcome to School Sports Live. Down from Pretoria, welcome to East London.
Yo, thank you very much. It's obviously a great honor for me to be here to represent the Bulls. We obviously got a partnership with Border Rugby, so we're here to look at the talent for the future.
Tell us some of the talent coming through. You're seeing some good things?
Yeah, we've seen some good players. I think obviously with Coach Mitch at the Bulls now, he's looking for more dynamic players. So we're here looking for that, good centers, good loose forwards. So that's a plan for the Bulls, and that's what the pipeline we want to create.
Coming down from the Bulls, John Mitchell is setting up some great stuff up there. Is there potential that where you can get guys to go there and get involved with the Bulls, and vice versa?
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole point for us in the strategic partnership with Border Rugby. We see them as a pipeline for us. We want players, coaches, administrators to know that they can always come to Pretoria and learn something, and we can create a pipeline. So that will certainly strengthen our system, and that's the plan going forward. Eh?
Well, it's great to see the likes of yourself being here, and it inspires the youngsters to perform better. You know, where they see they've got opportunities to go to the Bulls and that type of stuff. We never had that when we were at school, so it's really great to have you here.
No, thank you very much. It's a massive honor for us. I think we're just here to try to see and build a future for the kids and create a pipeline for them, and the partnership with Border is obviously assisting us with that.
Okay. And Pandisa, how long are you down here for?
I'm here until tomorrow. I'll spend some time, speak to the players, and spend some time speak to the coaches. Obviously get some recommendations on the players they think they can make in the future of rugby. So that's the main point for us.
You're an old alien. Tell us what you're thinking.
Listen, I see a couple of old Dale boys coaching Hudson. I wasn't too happy, but
yeah, me neither.
But this is going to be a tight game. It's great talent. I mean, this is what rugby is about, and this is what school rugby is about. Having two great schools playing against each other. Yeah, definitely.
It's nice to see Dale also doing so much in rural development. A lot of development coming through Dale College. Your views on that?
Yeah, obviously, I think King Williamstown is almost like a rural town now. So obviously, that's the whole plan, is developing Zwelicha, Tanzania, East London, all the players there, and to making sure we create a pipeline, and they've done well. I mean, I come from Mount Coke, and I went through the ranks as well. So definitely they're doing something right for South African rugby, for Border Rugby, in terms of meeting the transformational standards as well.
Well, it's awesome to have you guys down here, and I think what we're seeing here is not enough phases being set up. You know, the guys are trying to play a first phase ball. Do you think that Dale and Hudsonians can pull that together now?
Yeah, I think that's always a challenge with schools in the Eastern Cape, because they're used to playing in dry conditions. Obviously today is a bit wet, and they're not quite used to playing forward-oriented rugby. But hopefully, I mean, we're hoping the rugby will improve, and the backs will get involved in the game, and the forwards will play those phases. That's the most important thing in this type of conditions.
Are you seeing any talent here that's jumping out at you?
Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with the Lucid Pro from Dale College. I believe he's still in grade 11, so we'll track him and see how he does for the next 12 months.
And I think Kampi looks like it was a serious injury there.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's always sad to see a youngster get a serious injury, especially early on in the year, because I mean, this is one of the most important years in their careers. So we'll obviously look at him as well and see how he does recovery-wise.
Okay, good. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
He was a bit nervous. Anyway, cheers, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Pandisa Marku, legend here in Eastern Cape, and Dale 0, Hudson 3. Dale on the attack, just past the 20, just before the 22 of their 22.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting a lot more phases together from the first half. Ball was kicked out direct from the kicker from Hudson, and after that, Dale's really controlling the ball a lot better, which is a lot good. So you can see, we said whoever's going to control it better.
Yeah.
They're carrying a little bit more as well up front.
I think that's where the strengths have been for Hudson and for Dale is setting up those phases, and then the
attack,
third or fourth phases, then they attack. You know, that's where the backs do so well.
Agree so well. 9 yet to gain out to the floor, up to the centre. Sipon Manle is at the 18.
That's a big boy. Gege who's come on for Kampi.
As you can see, there was no advantage from the earlier fence. A high tackle from Hudson Park. Ref going back to make the mark.
Number 11, left wing Bulelani Ngaki.
Yep.
Nice build, nice and big.
Strong runner, not afraid of contact.
Here goes the captain again.
Last week.
Hasn't he had a stormer today?
At number 17, very good from Dale.
Yeah. Good defence there by Hudson. Push them right behind the gun line. Excellent defence there.
Yeah, they're not committing too many guys to the breakdown. You can see they're just getting back right away and they're getting their line-up defence. Dale are playing a lot better with regards to holding on to the possession of the ball, and they're just trying to build phases and then spread it wide. And out to the wing on the outside, Ngalo. Oh, good clean out there by Rogers. Good carry yet again by the Dale number 7 Lakisi. Dale got out wide, got numbers.
Puccini shows facets of brilliance when he tries to take that line. I think he just doesn't have the runners running off him, but that was also good defence there by Hudson as well.
Yeah, just offsides there slightly by the Hudson Park number 7. He's given 1 or 2 penalties away, Uzidi Tele. Hopefully won't be any yellow cards today for that. But yet again, Dale want to attack.
There he goes again. Captain Lukasi. Captain Courageous, that's for sure.
Dale just building up phases and phases here. Trying to go wide again. Good defence here yet again by Hudson Park. Good carry there by the centre. Here again, good carry there by the captain again.
Mafenyana.
Yep.
Number 12, Simon Bandla Kwege seems to be drifting too much. I think he needs to straighten, especially as an inside centre.
Yeah, he's just carrying, he's just going across from the defensive line. I think they're trying to find a way through.
Look, that defensive line is brilliant. Rogers again. Dell on the 22, putting pressure here on Hudson. That's a little bit of signs of desperation there by Adrico Johannes.
Yeah, a lot of defensive work, phase work there from Dale, but just a little bit not making inroads, and just shows you how good work of the defensive pattern of Hudson Park. Push them back, push them back, push them back, led to a kick and
excellent defense there.
Yeah.
So, School Sports Live, brought to you by Liberty. Getting quite chilly up here for Hudson Park 3 and Dale 0.
I see Hudson Park's player changed the hooker. We've got Timbani Interior taking on, replacing Sunday Tuetu. Turnover ball there from Hudson Park at the line out. Dale's got it in hand. Just a bit slow coming out. No advantage. There was a knock on there from the line out.
I think what I'm seeing here from the Dell guys is they're not in the tackle, they're not placing the ball properly, which is obviously creating the issue of them trying to get the ball back. And scrum off Zoki struggling.
Is it Big Ed?
Big Ed number 1, Mafenya. Great body position there by Mafenya. Musiva Mafenya. Big prop, weighs 105 kgs, 1.77 meters.
Like them big there in King, eh?
Yeah.
Just outside the 22, we've got a scrum here to Dale. Look like they're setting up to go to the left-hand side of the field.
Very slow from the base there from Bazoki.
Ball's out to the wide. Yeah, the Dale's starting to find their wings and a little bit more. Advantage penalty here to Dale. Hudson Park backline would just seem to be offsides. Slow ball again.
Looks useful, number 18. He's come on for Kampi, the number 8, unfortunately getting stretched off with a in an ambulance.
No advantage really on offsides there from Hudson Park backline from the scrum. Dale going quickly again, looking to speed the game up. Just took it off the mark.
I think they need to slow it down, put the points on the board, and regroup.
Yeah, there's enough time in the game. There's only 8 minutes gone. I think what they'll do now is his captain has asked him to take a shot at goals.
A couple of polar bears coming around here. Lal.
Very much so. I thought it'd be brave and come in a t-shirt.
Well, we've got a pretty even contest. I would say in the first half of the second half, Dell's been dominant.
Yeah.
And they're starting to try. They're trying to set up those second phase and third phases. I think the team that does set up those phases is going to win this game.
Yeah, I think also they need to just settle a bit. They're trying to play a very fast game, trying to catch Hudson Park's defence on the back foot, but seem to be one run on his own and then getting caught. So if they can just try and slow it down, take a kick, build up that phase like we said early on, and I think they will find their backs. They have a bit more space in, out wide. Got Sipamandla Kweche taking the kick at shot at goals for Dale.
Young Lucid prop for Hudson Park, Kanya Somyo. Getting some attention there.
There we go.
A little bit of water.
Kick is successful from Dale. Sipamandla Kweche has got it over. The score now is 3-3, and there's 20 minutes to go.
Number 19, Jalen Haman is on, utility forward. 77 kgs, 187 meters. Pretty small for a flanker. But Dalians, they come in, Dynamite comes in small packages.
Yeah, I can see the guys now putting on their subs. Hudson Park's made quite a few changes also in the forwards. I see number 19, Spesh Forslach also on. He's now taken up the flank or utility forward position. They're just waiting for the ball to be kicked back into play so they can carry on. And I see number 23 is on for Hudson Park, Corner Manyaka. He's also SA under-19 cricket player, so he's a man of many talents. And I believe he has got a bit of gas, not just with the cricket ball, but also with the pace of his feet.
Oh, nice step from the new boy there. Jalen Hammond. Penalty to Dell. Quick take there by number 6, Checo. Makes a good 5 meters there. A little bit of off the ball handbags.
Well, Dale seem to want to speed the game up. They want to play positive rugby. They're looking forward, looking to just punch through that line of Hudson Park's defence.
Zoki. Oh, Jalen Hammond's come on and he's doing some good work there. Nice leg drive there.
Yeah, slowing the ball down again by Hudson Park, not rolling away. Yet again, they're going quickly again out on the outside. It's still advantage to Dale. Don't think the Hudson Park guys were 10 meters. Good
Zoki's definitely keeping these guys on their toes, keeping the Hudsonians on their toes with those short darts and looking very dangerous.
Yeah. They'll just pushing their way up the middle of the field. They're just trying to retain the ball. Looks like it's been turned over by... It's again Zoki going quickly, but just off the mark.
I feel Dell needs to dominate this game and put it into touch, unless they feel they can't win their lineup ball, because Carl Rogers has been outstanding in the lineouts. Are they feeling threatened maybe in the lineouts that they can't win their ball?
It's still early in the season. I think maybe they've just been told they've got a game plan, just keep the game going, working on their retaining the ball, trying to keep the ball. I think they're going to have another shot at goals here. But no, they're going to go for it. It's been their game plan from the start.
Big hit there by Sieni. That's a better ball. Zoki, Lucini.
Good work there.
There's the offload.
Good steal there by Hudson Park.
Great steal there.
Ball.
Turnover ball. Big kick there by Vuile Mabeke. Excellent kick there by Mabeke.
Excellent touch finder. Great kick.
That takes us up to the halfway.
3-3 still, and there was a great turnover there. Looked at Hudson Park were just finding the defensive pattern was getting a bit loose. So a good turnover there by Voorslag, and good clearance there by the fullback, Mabeke. They're looking to punch up again up the midfield.
Kusini.
Good defensive pattern there. Hudson Park just holding them at bay. Good work there by Zuki. Just trying to see a bit more structure here from Dell, trying to just retain the ball. Good work there by the 10, straight through the gap. One to beat, inside ball.
To the big man, Okutle Sieni. They need quick ball, yeah?
Men outside on the overlap on the right-hand side here. Hudson Park just slowing down enough to get in defensive line.
Far too slow.
Turnover ball knocked on there by Hudson Park in the way of going, not there by yet again the substitute number 16. He's had a good start in theory.
Puccini from Dell is looking good with ball in hand, but he needs those runners off him.
Yeah. He needed a good centre there,
Yeah.
not a prop forward.
Yeah. What are you saying about props, Lar?
No.
And I didn't play prop for playing 8.
They got close to the line, but he had 25 meters to go. I think he was going to get hauled in.
I'm
from
liking
behind.
the look of number 18 from Dell, who's come on, some Kiwe Geke.
Yep.
Looks very powerful.
Carrying the ball very well this afternoon.
Just way behind the gain line.
Another penalty here to Dale in kicking zone. Dale take it quick.
Dale seems very set on taking this ball up and not going for for points, and that's scrum down, turnover ball.
Yeah, I think you got to look at how they're using this game. Are they using it as a practice game, Robbie, or they're coming in with certain things? I would have, me personally, taken the 3 points.
Yeah.
Gone back to the start, restarted again. We've got a couple of injuries as we're speaking now. We've got man down back from Hudson Park, and the centre from Dale also down. It's a very serious injury. Yeah.
When I spoke to Barry Ardakis from Dale College, they seemed pretty gutted that they lost that game against Marlow last week. So I would have thought this game would be a win. You need to win it.
Yeah, I think you just got to reset your buttons and to see how you want to go about your game. I think you just got to do the basics right. Yeah. Once you do the basics right, then you can move on to the next phases of your game. They've had 2 good kicking opportunities in the last sort of 3 minutes, and they've chosen to go quick ball, and they've lost both balls.
We're looking at Dale College 3, Hudson Park 3, School Sports Live, proudly brought to you by Liberty. We're 16 minutes 37 in, and unfortunately we see another injury here. Poor Hudsonian boy down, and looks like
can't get a number there. I thought it might have been Kyle Rogers, but I see he's up at the back there. It might be Wilmerans.
Let's talk about those 2 boys, Kyle Rogers from Hudson and the captain Lukasi from Dell. Absolutely outstanding players. I think they put their hands up. Yeah. From a border rugby point of view, I'd say they're putting their hands up there.
You've got 2 different players. You've got one more of the line-out jumper, and the other one's very much all over the field. He's in your face, leading from the front, definitely from number 7.
Almost like a Bucky's and a Victor, eh?
Yeah. I'd like to see them working together. That'll be quite good to see.
Yeah.
Lukasi's been very impressive. He's been all around the field. He leads from the front, which is quite good. He's on defensive wise, he's there. On attack, he's there. He's a typical 7 there, Robbie.
Yeah.
So just waiting for a scrum down here.
Sun's coming out. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's very wet today, guys, and I think trying to get settled has been quite difficult for both teams. They want to play running attractive rugby, but the conditions aren't allowing for that, and I think they'll learn from this. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, they'll have some good.
Just replay.
Sigamanda, work at the centre from Dale. Just getting their boys beefed up ready for the last 10 minutes of the game.
Well, I saw these boys warming up before. I would have been tired just warming up there, you know. How do you play a whole game? Psyching themselves up big time. Sad to see Hudson boy being stretched off.
It does look like Wolmerantz has been taken off at this stage. No, he's not off. It's another Plasi. Wolmerantz is actually on the bench. He's been taken off and substituted early on in the game. So I see Uziditele moving into the lock position. And we move on back to the scrum, defensive scrum to Hudson Park, about 10 metres from their own goal line. They've been quite impressive with their forwards. They've been dominating the scrum up front.
I had a bit of a chat with Griffey off air, and I noticed all the boys are skinheads from Dell.
Makes our job a bit difficult when trying to see who's who in the new stroke. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ball gets carried up by the 8th man of Thomas and Kayama from Hudson Park, just trying to set up a ruck, and it looks like they're going to have an exit.
Oh, great step
there.
Great step.
Good defensive pattern, just kicked down the field. Adele now looks like they want to attack up midfield.
Great
big
hit
tackle there.
Big hit there on number
And
15. Emile Matsinya from
that
Dell.
was yet
He's
again
going to put Awi.
Yep. Flank Thomas Akayama, great hit there. Went to Deaconess Primary and moved over from primary school to high school. Great sevens player. Very confident player, very solid player. You can watch it hit again, Robbie, as he sees he comes across, just going a bit sideways. And just absolutely taken on his feet. Great hit, great steal as well.
Now the new law with a tackle release. That was pretty close to a tackle without a release.
Yep. He's got a tackle, got a release, and also he's got to come from the gate again. He's got to turn around and come in from the same side. So he could have been seen there as actually putting his hands on the ground first. Ref was right there, he made the call. So
money's on Rogers, yeah. Number 5 for Hudson. Fantastic number 2 jumper.
Great.
That is brilliant.
Spock seemed to just want to slow it up, get the ball back to the back. Creative ball years again up now. Just set it up very well.
Good drive there. Number 16, the hooker, Tembani Ntei, the substitute coming on, doing some great work at the back there.
Great work here by Hudson Park as they move up to the 25 now. They keep on just moving. Ball comes out to the back. Great move here. Great defensive work there by Dale at midfield.
Big hit there by Chedi.
Great steal.
Cheddar.
It was a great defensive pattern work there by Dale. They take a quick one yet again. Number 23, Bokolo. Dale's made quick 15-20 metres from that quick turnaround ball. They're looking to play, they want to play the game.
It's better from Zoki. Here goes our number 7 again, captain for Dale. Ukasi.
Good clean up there by Dale. Getting good ball now on the front foot. Seems to just be opening up the defensive of Hudson Park.
Jalen Hammond's had a great game since he's come on.
Showed a lot of promise, Robbie.
That's big number 3, too high. Kule Sieni.
Good
getting knocked back there.
By the number 6 again from Hudson Park. Akayama seems to enjoy getting involved in the game. He's not a big boy, but he seems to do the technique is very good. Knock on there by Dale. A lot of errors today. Obviously being the first game of the season really for most of these guys. Being their first contest in a hard game. They just can't get to see that pass going to hand again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got it. Well, we're at School Sports Live, proudly brought you and sponsored by Liberty. Dale 3, Hudson 3. Nell Butter here at Selborne College in East London. Could go any way, La.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the side that's going to just lose a little bit of concentration either way on defence, or someone's going to make a slight mistake, and whoever capitalises on that mistake is going to take away here today, I think. I think there's only like 7 minutes left. Robbie, your man of the match today?
I would say definitely number 7, Lati Lukasi, the captain, flank number 7 for Dell College. He must have made a lot of meters. Turnover for Dell. That's number 22, Simbelele Mambanzi.
Yeah, it's about just trying to go wide there. That last pass didn't make hand again. Turnover ball to Dale. Advantage for a high tackle from the ref. Knock on. He'll go back for the high tackle. Guarantee looks like Dale will take it quick again.
So that's a penalty on the halfway.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. It was more of an accident to the sort of grab. Yeah, go Dale again. Good. Hammond's really been good since he's been come on. He's shown some good promise. Hudson Block if they go out to wide. Yeah, Dale's got. It looks like they got a men open. Just going a bit
solo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good run. That's number 18. Geke.
Good work again by Dale. There's the ball coming loose again from Hudson Park. Great steal from Hudson Park. Back again from Dale. It's like a tennis match. Dale are pressing hard here. Great defensive work here yet again by Thomas Sakayama.
Big hit on Hammond.
And I think they've turned over the ball. I reckon they'll all go for poles now, Robbie.
You can see the number 7, our man of the match, our Liberty man of the match. Lati Lukasi, the captain. He's made some great meterage. He's got over the gain line a number of times. His defense has been bone crunching. And just coming in, putting a bit of calm there and saying, listen, guys, let's put this to bed.
Bokolo came in as well, just calmed the situation down, saying, look, let's take the 3 points, get in front, and try and defend the last 5 minutes of the game.
Well, our captain, 83 kgs. He's had 21 caps for Dell. 1.77 meters. I'm sure we're going to see him on the border side.
But Super Monday taking the kick here. Looks like he's pushed it to the right, and the score stays at 3-all. Maybe he should have taken one of those 2 earlier kicks a lot closer.
I'm sure Jimmy's going to lose a bit more hair.
Hudson Park has been a bit under pressure in the last sort of 10 minutes in the half. A little bit of arm wrestle here. Long kick down into those, just inside the half of Dale. They're looking to go out to wide again to Hammond. Long, wild pass. And like we said, it's going to take one mistake, Robbie, and it could be an easy intercept and a try.
Well, I think that's the first thing he's done wrong, young Hammond. He came on second half, did some good work, made some good groundage, got it over the gain line a lot.
Definitely.
But I'm also finding those long passes just behind the man.
The wind's also, with those long passes, just pushing the ball around, so it just makes it a little more difficult to catch.
I think that's experience, so getting there, stand closer to each other.
Hudson Park looks like they've got a move here. They bring in the right-hand wing just inside just the outside of the 10.
Good solid scrum there by Hudson.
They've got Dati Flem here. Good. Oh, great line there by Vivian.
Yeah. Forward pass. But that line was right. That was the perfect one. Oh, we've got fisticuffs here now.
As you can see, that line he came in there was perfectly in the line, just a bit too overran that line.
Backed up on number 23 there.
Just got a bit of off the ball
handbags getting thrown around.
As you know, Schoolboy's always eager to get involved, just to separate it and calm it down. It's all early seasoned. Coaches involved, captains involved.
I see that it was good work there by the captain, Lukasi, and Carl Rogers. Both captains getting in, pulling their guys away. Let's keep it clean, boys.
We have a Dale guy down off the ball. As we welcome the sun.
With open arms. So if you're joining us on School Sports Live, brought to you by Liberty, we're screening globally and giving a big shout out to all those people that are streaming live.
I see we have a red card given to Hudson Park, number 8, Lawazi Kamana. We're not too sure what happened, but it seems that there has been obviously retaliation and a penalty. First infringement happened and then the penalty given change around to Dale. Must have been a punch or something, Robin? Red card?
I did see Enrico Johannes being held by Hudsonia. They were head to head with each other.
Yeah, there we go. Lawazi got Ramani given a red card. Or a head-eye, looks like a head-eye tackle, the ref for the thing.
So Dell on the just over the 22.
2 or
Big
3
leg
minutes.
drive going nowhere.
2 or 3 minutes to go. Hudson Block down to 14 men. And Dale are going to guarantee they're going to attack everything they have in this game. Just kicking the ball away up to great take.
Oh, go boy.
That will be the ball winner.
Number 23, Pumbelele Bekolo. I would say that's the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I think that came. 30 minutes up on the clock and came from a kick-up. Didn't look like it was going anywhere. Great take in the air out of the hands of the fullback and went through to score. As you can see, it comes in, great jump.
Oh, great take there by Pumbelele Bekolo.
Yeah, the Hudson Park AV, but Bella was nowhere. He was actually behind the ball, and that was a great take.
Excellent strides there as well. 2 hands, dive. Classic.
It's going to come down to an error in this game.
You called it.
We've got Zoki taking the scrum off, taking the kick for poles here. I don't know how much time is left, Robbie. There was a bit of injury in this half, but I think he's going off running time, so it might be over after this kick. Pushed it to the right.
So
That
number
is the
23, Wakolo takes it for Dell. Bit of a scrappy affair, La.
Yeah, I think it was first game, season game. It's always going to be quite scrappy. Came down to literally the last player of the game. Could have gone either way. I think Dale definitely showed in the second half that they were putting Hudson Block under pressure, and went through to a try to win it at the end of the game.
And our Liberty man of the match, Lati Lukasi, captain, had a fantastic game. He really led by the front, and as did the captain of Hudson as well, Carl Rogers. Big games coming up. We've got, there's our man of the match, Lati Lukasi. Was absolute inspiration for the boys. Where's his pants? Just asking.
That's how dirty it's been today.
Yeah. So the boys will be going back to King Williamstown. I'm sure pretty chuffed. Griff will be chuffed. And games coming up. Queen's College versus Krentz High. And then the big game at 10 past 4, Selborne College versus Stirling High.
Thanks,
you,
Robbie.
Thanks, buddy.